Hi everyone, I'm Graham, and this is my life-paced Scold Bridle Discharger. Um, as you can see, it's incredibly ridiculous, and I get killed a lot, um, but it's really fun. Uh, Essentially, I have a set of dummy spells that cost enough that will stun me, and a lot of the time I just don't use them, and I run in and I get myself stunned instead. Um, It's actually fairly easy to level with, fairly safe if you know how to play it. But as you can see, it's also very challenging in the right conditions. Obviously, something like this map would make it very difficult. I'll give you a second and show you what's going on underneath momentarily. As you can see, I have a board set up so that you can see what key presses I'm doing at any time. So to start with, I'm using Voidbringers, and I've got a Discharge and LA Weakness hooked up to Blood Magic, so that it'll do more than 10% of my life every cast. This one does 194, this one does 210, so they're doing about like 800 damage to myself. And essentially what I'll do is I'll either cast LA Weakness myself in order to proc my, hold on a second, in order to proc my cast damage taken Ice Spear Ball Lightning GMP combo, which is really funny because a lot of the time I'll do it and it just goes off in a random direction. It's impossible to choose where it casts. I'll show you that real quick. So you just cast it and generally it'll just go off randomly. I just had the cursor in the completely opposite direction. What's so great about this is it basically uses the strongest weapon that the game uses against you, which is desync. So if I get desynced, I get stunned, and if I get stunned, I discharge. So this is probably the best build in the game. You can see it's really, really crazy. It gets even more wild than Beyond Maps, but I didn't have anyone to show off. I think generally Host kills me, but the other ones I can usually do. Obviously, Apex off the side. But in any case, I've had a lot of fun playing this build recently. It's definitely different. It's definitely crazy. I don't think that this is the best way to use this thing, but it's one of the ways to use this thing.